Continuing with the series on relations and functions, we're going to be talking about the vertical line test in just a minute. But before we get started, go ahead and like, share, and subscribe to this channel. What up, everybody? My name is Dana Harris with Young Gurus Math Tutoring, and I'm back again to drop some more math jewels. In this video, I'm going to be talking about using the vertical line test to determine if a relation is a function. I'm going to show you a couple different ways that relations are presented, and then we're going to see if they are indeed a function or not. In the first example, as you can see behind me, there is a list of ordered pairs. This is nothing but a relation. Okay, so we have the ordered pair -4, 2. We have -3, 1. We have 0, -2, -4, -1, and 1, 2. Now, what we want to do is we want to determine, is this relation a function by using the vertical line test? Well, you may ask, what is the vertical line test? The vertical line test is when you take a vertical line, that's a line going up and down, and if you drag it across the graph of that relation, it cannot touch that graph at 2 points at the same time. So that might be confusing, but I'm going to go ahead and tell you how it goes. So I'm going to be using this simple ruler as my vertical line. You can use anything. If you're working with a regular piece of paper, I typically tell students to use a pencil. You can also use grid lines. It's difficult to see the grid lines probably on here, but I'm going to show you a couple of different ways I'm going to draw a vertical line. So as you can see, these points, they are these different ordered pairs in that relation, and they're graphed, right? So when you graph these, the vertical line test tells me that if I take a vertical line and drag it across the graph, at any point, if that vertical line touches 2 points at the same time, then that relation is not a function, okay? So since you can't clearly see it from that small vertical line, I'm going to draw some vertical lines. So notice if I draw a vertical line right here, that vertical line touches the ordered pair -4, 2. It also touches the ordered pair -4, -1 at the same time. So that means this is not a function. Now, if I do the same thing, if I continue to take this vertical line across the rest of the graph, it will not touch any of the other points at the same time. But just these 2 points, any 2 points, if that vertical line touches those 2 points at the same time, it is not a function. In this example, we're given in the last example. Once again, we have a relation, and it's not in function notation. You can see the ordered pair. So what I did is I x squared ordered pair. You have -1, 4 plus 3, 0, 2. So what I did was, in order to graph this, or -3 as I like to say, I took one -1 a T chart, right? So 1. You just can, but you notice because the arbitrary x values, right? Points that we use this time, or domain values. So I chose. But if you notice, look at that y-axis, -1, 0, 1, and 2. Y-axis. Now, on the rule of thumb is you typically want to choose at least one negative value, 0, 0, and then at least one positive value, -3, right? So both you don't necessarily have to have this many, but you want to have at least enough at the same time. So this in this case, because I know it's quadratic, I want to have to identify it. If we did that maximum point or the minimum point, depending on what the function looks like. This way and graphing them, because you can see, I have my table of values test, and then I graph. The vertical line test is specifically for points. These 6 points that I produced from the table. If you want to know how to identify whether it's a function or not, check out the video in this playlist. You have -1, 2. Previous video talking about identifying function if a relation is a function. I won't call off and give them order pair. But if we do the same thing, this vertical line test, so I'm going to use the ruler at the same time. If this is drag this ruler, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your support. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And once again, Young Gurus Math Tutoring, I've got the solution. Graph this parabola more than once at the same time. Now, it's typically easier to do it with a thinner vertical line. So I'll use this tape measure, for example. So at no point when I drag this tape measure across that graph will it touch that graph at more than one point at the same time, right? Another way you could do it, you can use something else. Vertical, these are all vertical lines. And we just drag them. This one is a little short because it's a large graph, but that vertical line should not touch this graph of the line or the parabola or whatever kind of function it is more than once at the same time. Another rule of thumb, if you don't necessarily have something with you to use as a vertical line, is look at the grid lines. If it touches that same vertical grid line twice at the same time, it will not be a function. So in this case, this is a function.